Okay. Well, I'm Matt. I am Ulrich Stout Ale, a Dwarven Ranger. So happy to be here and hope you guys enjoy.
I am Jackie. I am a tiefling. Oh, this is Paladin Warlock, and my character's name is Faith.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Devin. I am playing Duper Thundermint, our Harangon Paladin.
My name is Aaron. I am playing June Seabreeze, a human artificer.
Pretty good.
I can hear you.
I was trying to hear in the stream, but I can't.
Okay, can you hear me now, Heather?
Yep. Now you're hearable in there.
Saturday group can most certainly have the cursive audio back. I didn't have it set to go through to the stream. It was a real simple thing. But I'm shocked if you heard me at all, because I wasn't even outputting to the stream just then. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so again, I'm Charlie. I'm the DM for this group, and we're doing Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. And yeah, is there anyone who would like to give a recap? Oh, don't all jump at once.
We almost died last week. We fought 2 displacer beasts. Almost died to one of them. The other one ran away. I remember that.
We did lose Patches. Patches lives, everyone.
Yeah, oh, he is.
Yep.
Patches and the goats.
Yep.
They all survived.
Surprisingly.
And Duper shirked his responsibilities of coming up or of coming forward to what's his name? Blep, and dug a little rabbit hole.
Yes.
Yes. Yep, so that is where we are at. So we're going to kind of wrap that up a bit and then kind of go from there. So, and we're going to kind of backtrack just a little bit to kind of give closure to that and then moving forward. So as the group returns to the farm, we do have Duper, who has gone in to a burrow hole after the events of the day, feeling a little bit of shame or remorse, what have you, not wanting to also encounter Blep, who's a little high energy for the group after the downfall of the day. And as the group approaches and you do see Blep there, he does, he inquires asking where Duper is, and we kind of already played through that. But then he lets the group know that Varnith and Tarak have returned with the cow and the pig, and that they are inside. And he goes, everything has, almost everything has been returned to Farmer Thomas. And he looks at June and says, it's a good thing that you got here so early and you were able to return with the chickens. I know that really helped getting all those chickens returned. And Trapper Harlan came just a little bit ago. He found Feather in one of his pit traps. And as he says this, mentioning Trapper Harlan and finding Feather, who you'll recall was the ostrich, you see a grizzled-looking human man exiting from the farmhouse. He's dressed in like green and brown colored clothing, really dressed to kind of blend in with the forest for camouflaging. He looks pretty rough looking, like even his skin looks to be like hardened and rugged. He just has a rough looking staff that like he is using kind of as like a walking stick. But you can see that there are traces of blood on it, so you can infer that he would use it also as a weapon. Aside from that, you don't see him carrying any other kind of weapon on his person. Upon seeing the group, he kind of gives like a little nod towards the group, and he pauses for a moment as he like looks at you and gives a nod towards you all.
Trying to remember, I think we found a trap that he set up, didn't we?
You did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was you found a pit trap, and I think in it there were centipedes in it, but you got out pretty quickly with Faith being able to fly down and get you up and out. And I think it was just Balric that fell into it.
Yeah, I'll say something like I'll just say I set off your trap your pit trap with the centipede, so you might have to go and reset that one. So
I'd wondered about that. I saw it was set off, but there was nothing inside there. Well,
yeah.
thank you for letting me know. I'd been wondering what those centipedes might have got themselves in for, but I guess that worked out. I've never seen centipedes quite that big myself. I didn't put those in there, but I sure did handle them.
Well, thankfully we didn't get trapped in there, and the centipedes didn't kill me. So
yeah, I suppose that's a good thing. I didn't catch your name. I'm a Harlan.
oh, my name is Balric Stoudale. Pleased to meet you, Harlan.
Good to see you there, Faith. June.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. I found a feather wandering around and got caught in one of my traps, and so I immediately recognized her and brought her back up here to the house.
Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of scratches and things. Nothing too much for being out in the woods. Those briars,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, June, how you been?
Well, I've been keeping busy. We just arrived. I just arrived earlier this morning, and I was on my way to the house when, I ran into a little bit of trouble, and these three and Faith out on the way back, and we found Patches and the chickens on the way back, so we brought them back. Had a little bit of a scuffle though.
No, you don't say. What y'all run into?
Oh, those I think you remember those displacer cubs a few years back? The ones
are they
up by the
grown now?
mountain.
I reckon they're
we
grown
kinda
if
ran
they're
into-
around.
Yeah, we kind of ran into them. It was a very pleasant experience.
And he kind of looks the group up and down, and he goes, I'm not to be rude or anything, but I'm kind of surprised to see all of you are still standing.
Me too.
You were worried
You're not
about some
the only one.
centipedes, and then you didn't even mention these displacer beasts. That's
it was
quite the jump.
it was a tough fight. I don't remember a lot of it. So
Yeah, unfortunately, some of us got a few strong bonks in the head.
Some more than others.
I'm sure it wasn't bumps in the head. I'm sure y'all got some claws to the chest. Maybe a bite or two. Is anyone missing a chunk?
I'm missing plenty of chunks right now.
You look
May have
pretty
lost
stout
an
to
inch or two
me.
off their tail. Hey, Duper, you still have all your tail over there? Oh, wait, Duper's not with us. Darn it. I always forget that. I'm not used to people just disappearing. Anyway, how have you been, Trapper Hegland? I haven't seen you since before I left.
Well, I can't say I've been good. Can't say I've been bad. I've just been all right. Well, y'all need to make sure you're being careful being out in the forest. You never know what you're going to end up coming across. But it was good seeing you, June, Faith. Nice meeting you, Balric. I'm sure I'll see you all around. And then kind of gives a little bit of a nod towards Harag. And you see him as he goes. He heads towards the forest, but like he doesn't go the way you all were on the trail, and that's where you came in. He kind of cuts through the farm, and like goes into the forest, like where it's not a trail or anything. Presumably going back towards where his traps are set, to check them or to make sure you all didn't set any others off.
That clumsy Trapper. June just kind of mumbles to themselves. We didn't have time to real cover this, but how did Balric and Super end up here? I mean, I've been gone for 6 months, so I'm guessing they arrived sometime during that.
Oh, they arrived just the other day.
Yeah. We were on one of the boats that was shipwrecked, and we had a fight with a few different items, and then we were trying to build a raft, and thankfully Faith was nice enough to come out in a boat and save us. So
June will give Faith a playful pat on the shoulder. Always doing the good work, eh, Faith?
Somebody's got it.
Yeah. Looks like you got your work cut out for you keeping these two out of trouble. Especially old Balric there.
And this one, point to Harag.
definitely not an easy task for any of us.
I'm sure my father wouldn't mind if you guys wanted to come in and have some supper. Considering your help with getting the animals back, if you guys wanted.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic to me.
Yeah, so you all go to head into the farmhouse. As you do, as you approach the door, you see Turok exiting. He takes a moment. He, upon seeing the group, his very friendly self. Oh, hey there, everybody. How is your hunt? I guess I'll go with. How was your hunt? Hopefully you didn't kill anything or each other. And he kind of looks through the group. He goes, "Oh, you all seem to be missing one."
Yeah, Duper. He decided to make his own little den and curl up in there for the night. So
He was feeling ill.
Ah, did he get energized out? He's not a little energizer bunny.
I guess.
he's feeling a little drained, if you know what we mean.
Yeah, sometimes you run out of juice. I understand. Sometimes I get that way myself, but then I just try to think about what I could be doing, and I decide I should do it, and I do.
Yeah, and I think the thing he decided he should do was dig a den and take a nap. So,
I mean, that sounds like a lot of work, digging a whole den, and if he's gonna make it real nice and homey, that's probably a lot of work going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's up for homie.
Well,
I think he was more after just a small hole that would give him enough space to curl up.
well, that sounds like a burial.
Only if you covered in dirt.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, how'd you all do out there? What'd you manage to bring back? Varnith and I, we got the cow and the pig.
We got the kitty, doggy,
That's important. Yep.
goats, or were they sheep? I can't remember now.
goats.
Two different
Milo and
kinds.
Otis.
Yeah, the only thing
I feel like there was something else. But...
that hasn't come back yet is the bull now, and kind of turns and looks at June. I know that's gonna hurt a little bit, being your prized animal that you all had, but Thunderhoof is the only thing so far that we know of that hasn't been accounted for.
All right. Find them soon.
Well, I'm sure when another storm rolls around, it'll probably spook him back right in this direction.
We'll definitely keep an eye out for him.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's hard to find.
Well, it's good seeing you, June. It's been a while. 3 months? 4 months?
It was thick, but it's close enough. It's always nice knowing that people attempt to keep track of me sometimes.
Yeah, being here, it's hard to really keep track of time sometimes, so it gets away from you. I guess you're right, though. It's probably been about 6 months. Well, how was it? Are you liking... What is it again that you left to do?
I want to become an apprentice shipwright. Things are going well. It's just with things on the mainland are turning towards the winter now, and there really isn't much work for a shipwright in the winter. So he allowed me to come home for some time.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, being ice and everything else. Probably hard to sail through and whatnot, probably not needing as many boats to be made. But you're liking it, alright?
Oh, yes. I love the craftsmanship part of it and making things with my own hands. It's rather invigorating.
Oh yeah, that's how I feel when I'm in the garden. I just enjoy seeing what I can make, seeing that those crops grow. It just kind of brings a little spark to you, you know?
I've always had a very good green thumb.
I don't reckon it's always been green, but yeah, it's starting to grow. Well, I'm gonna head back back over to Dragon's Rest, but I'll see you all when you get there. I'll see you in the morning. Then, well, not you, of course, June. I reckon you're gonna stay here. And with that, he calls for Varnith, which Faith and June would know, but everyone else you see is stepping out a. Actually, let me. Pretty sure I have. Oh, one of these isn't real. I don't want to. Yup, it's that one. I don't want to rickroll myself.
Be hilarious.
Stop that. Oh, that's interesting. Where did it go? Oh, that is most certainly not the token I used for Varnith. Okay. So you all see stepping out. I do have an image, and I will make a note so I know to fix that. I don't know where her character sheet went. You see this muscular woman who has black hair. It's kind of cropped, really close to her scalp. She looks to be about middle-aged, and she has, like, her skin is very scarred. And she has a scar that goes across her, left eye, and her left eye, like, looking at it, looks to be, milky, and it, pretty questionable about how effective it is as an eye. And her right leg has a pretty elegant, prosthetic that's made from wood and some, scrapped metal is replacing it there. And anything else that you all would see? No, her attitude upon, like, seeing the group, because this is the first time, like, she would be seeing Harag and, Balric, is, kind of indifferent. She's very friendly, towards Faith and June as she is coming out of the farmhouse. And so, upon, exiting with, Tarak, she goes, I'm feeling pretty starved. We should head back. Oh, hey there, June. Hey, Faith. How are you all doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm a little tired, but Tarak has me running all over this island, looking for things for him, looking for things for everybody else.
Do you need to look for something?
Well,
Do you need something?
No. We were helping with finding the farm animals, but sometimes he forgets I can't run quite as fast. It takes me a little bit. And with that, she kind of gives like a point to her leg, and she goes, "Sometimes I wonder if it'd be better if I was just hopping." But yeah, and then before that, I'd taken a trip to the caves to get some of the mushrooms that Tarak likes to use. He's been pretty busy with everything going on, so I went for him. I don't think I got the ones that he wanted though, but there was something in that cave that gave me a spook, and I didn't really feel like dealing with it.
Mm.
It must have been quite something if it gave you a spook, or not.
Well, you're right. It takes a lot to spook me. I've seen my fair share, and sometimes when they see me, they get spooked themselves.
Maybe we should check it out.
It doesn't sound like a terrible idea, but Balric is kind of like glancing down, trying to get like kind of a feel for like who kind of made the leg, or like what kind of workmanship went into it, because he is always fixated on that type of stuff.
Nudge Balric. It's impolite to stare.
Well, I'm not really staring. I'm just like kind of glancing here and there.
Oh,
A
honey,
little
you can
look-de-doo.
look. Oh, honey, you can look.
I'll take a much closer look then, and like really look into the intricacies of it and everything.
I haven't had someone quite that close before. You're getting me
Well,
all flustered.
It's
Oh,
very very well made. So
well, I'll leave you two alone.
Oh no. I
Oh,
don't even know his name.
oh, my name's Balric. Balric Stowdale. Very nice to meet you. Was
Yeah.
it Varnoth?
Varneth, yes.
Well, very nice to meet you.
Yes, it's nice meeting you too, though I don't normally meet people quite so close.
I'll back up a little bit.
You were in her bubble.
Ulrich doesn't think it's a bubble.
Okay, ignoring the fact that whatever you call it, that I can't think of, Mid-Journey likes to add random crap on people's faces. This is Varneth. And I mean, maybe her face is dirty. Who knows? They've just been galloping through the forest, but there we go.
Out of character question, would June's and Varneth's prosthetics be made by different people, or were they made by the same person?
Out of character, I forgot she had a prosthetic until I was reading it just now.
I was actually
Well,
kind of wondering if
it
they would be.
occurred to me while you were describing it, so.
Yeah, I was reading it and I was like, oh, this is kind of a interesting tie. Like, and I was like thinking that same thing. And I was like, I completely forgot because Varnith should have been introduced like 8 sessions ago, and I never had a place to put introducing her. But I would say since you all are on this really small island, yes, it would probably be the same person.
Is there like a clan crafter symbol on it that I could see when I was inspecting it, or?
Make me a make me a perception, or if you were like really close in inspecting, you can go with investigation.
It's the same thing. I'll do a perception here.
Okay.
And here we go.
Hey, yeah, we'll get rid of all the good rolls on the stuff that doesn't matter. A 20.
It starts.
It starts. And you said you were looking to see if there was a clans crafter symbol on it?
Yeah, just like a crafter symbol, or like even if it's like a signature or something like that, almost like how I have like the crescent moon with the wolf howling on my shoulder.
So what you notice about the designs, with it, and so I guess that June, this will answer the question for you based on what I go with here. You're able to kind of pick up that like it looks to be made by elves. It like the patterns within it has a very elven design to it. You do see on there that there is a symbol. Let me see if you would. It's so hard. Like when you all roll high, I want to tell you everything, but then I like also got to think: would you actually know everything? What is your? You would probably be aware. You recognize that she has a symbol engraved on her prosthetic that looks to belong to a mercenary company called the Azul Wolves. And it just like the only reason you can tell is you've seen that design before. That is the one part of it where it looks like it upon looking, it looks as though um she perhaps maybe whittled it in herself, like it's more crude compared to the other designs in. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll just kind of keep that to myself, not really wanting to draw attention to it. So.
Yeah.
Have
Okay.
you had trouble keeping good old Turok in line these past few months, Arna?
Oh no, that's easy for me. And at you asking that, you see her kind of reach down to her right leg, and like she takes the prosthetic off and just whacks him on the head. So that's all I have to do. She's very fit, so like for her the bouncing on like, and I mean most people can't stand on one leg, but like it's very graceful, and it's very clear, like, you know, you can see she has definite tone and definition in her muscles and stuff, so like it's pretty easy. Like she just takes it off, gives a whack, and then goes right back to putting it back on. Of course it takes her a moment, but well, you know, you said Balric, and then who's this with you?
Oh, this is Harag.
Okay, well,
He doesn't talk much.
I like that kind of person. Well, it was nice meeting you both. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like Elder Renara said that there were three.
Yeah, the third is feeling a little ill, so he decided to step away for a while.
Has he gotten sick of Blep? I feel like a lot of people get tired of Blep pretty quick. And she kind of gives like a side glance. At this point, Blep is still kind of like away from the group. Like it, you know, he's like doing his little patrolling back and forth and stuff. Like, and kind of you can tell he's kind of keeping an eye out for Duper. So like he's out of earshot when she makes the remark.
It was a difficult battle. We emerged victorious for this time, but it took its toll on him.
Well, that's something. She kind of gets very like quiet and reserved, and she, you know, that's something I can understand and relate to even.
Well,
I think we have all had our.
If you could pass along to Elder Renata, she'll probably see them before we do. Those Displacer Beast cubs we found a while back, well, they're grown now and kind of ran into them, but there's still one out and about. So if you could pass that along to her, to pass along to the villagers to just be wary, should they be out and about on the island.
You're right. That's a good point to make, especially since most of us don't carry weapons around with us. So I will definitely be sure to pass that along to her.
Thanks.
No, thank you for mentioning it, and hopefully you all just got a few scratches. I'm hoping, but if you need anything, be sure to stop by. I'm sure Turok probably has healing and things back at Dragon's Rest if anyone is needing anything. We didn't think to bring much with us, and we had a few things happen ourselves while we were out and about, so we unfortunately used what we had.
I'm sure Ulrich here and Grog and perhaps Faith will inquire upon that when they return to Paris.
All right. Well, we are going to head back, and we will see. We'll see the group when you all come back in June. You know, you're always welcome to come by anytime. I always enjoy our walks and conversation.
Kind of nods and offers like almost an embarrassed smile. Because yeah, reasons. But
And both Varnith and Tarak, they begin to go as you all go inside. To see, we're gonna go with it being supper time. So when you all come in at this point, it is just. Ooh, that's a lot of feedback. At this point, it is just Farmer Thomas inside as the group comes in. And the same thing as the morning, he's very jolly, is kind of like his disposition and stuff. Even like when he wasn't sure if you all were going to, I mean, even help, yet alone find any of the animals and stuff. Like, he was super jolly bringing that food around. He very much has, like, a servant's heart, if you will. Like, he is one of those people just wants to give, and doesn't really expect anything in return. As you all come in, he, and he does have Patches came through the house while you all were out and talking, and so like Patches is there by his side. And so when you all come in, he just very like ecstatically greets you. He's like, "Oh, hello there, hello," and he like goes to like hug each of you. Thank you, thank you. Of course, upon getting to June, like gives June a pretty big hug as well. You can decide how they react to that, but like he's just very like relieved that most of the animals have been returned back. This morning I wasn't sure if we'd get any of them back, and all we seem to be missing is Thunderhoof. Devin.
hi, Dad. As June like semi freezes when their father hugs them and kind of does like a robotic like return one armed hug. Like her movements are very jerky, and kind of looks to kind of retreat back a little bit after the hug ends.
Okay.
It's good to see you, Father. And June kind of slinks a little bit slightly behind Faith, but like is still like out in sight, but is like kind of half hidden behind Faith.
Okay. As Thomas is like giving out hugs, like it's like a very quick thing, for him. So like he doesn't even really notice like June's like freezed reaction. Like he just kind of keeps going person to person. Also, real quick, out of game, Devin, I'm really sorry I teacher voiced you. I realized like I totally did that, and I'm super sorry.
It is okay. Is it still doing it?
Yeah, I
God
can hear
dang it, Devin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out who it was, because I, like, since we don't use our cameras on Discord, like, I don't have that, like, open, and it was, like, the perfect moment where I clicked to open to see where the noise was, and I was like, oh, it's Devin, and I, like, said it, like, the teacher way that I do. Okay, anyway, back, to it. As you all are coming in, Farmer Thomas looks around and goes, "Well, I reckon everybody's probably feeling a little bit hungry, I suppose."
I'm absolutely starving.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't spend 3 hours on it, but yeah, let's do this.
We did not spend 3 hours on it. I need you all to stop with that. That person was just rude.
I'm sorry, it had to be said one time.
That's gonna be all we do next session. Is we are gonna go breakfast, lunch, mid morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, evening snack, dinner, fourth meal.
Well,
No, it's first breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, lunch.
we do have like 3 days of meals that we can, 3 or 4 days of
Oh my
meals that we can
gosh.
do here soon. So
We do. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is Dungeons, Dragons, and Dives.
Dungeons, Dragons, Dishes, and Dives.
There we go. As you all say, like you're starving, you guys. Well, I haven't had a chance to really prepare much of anything, and we don't really have too much. But I have a freshly baked loaf of bread. I can scramble up some eggs, and there's some fruit that's been picked. And on the table you see that there are, in fact, some apples that are out and some berries. You're welcome to any of this. Of course, we have some jerky that's been dried as well. If you would like that, make yourself at home. Go ahead. You can take a seat around the table. It's not a problem. I can get you a water. Refill your water skins if you need. Whatever it is that you need, just let me know.
I'll take a seat and grab an apple and a piece of jerky and kind of sniff the apple, rub it on my shirt, and then start eating it.
Does sniffing it make it taste better? Is that what I've been missing? Sometimes I like an apple and sometimes I don't. Do you reckon it's because I don't sniff it?
Well, they say that flavor is 95% of smell, so there's something like that. So
I suppose it is. Well, I have some things I need to do around the farm. If you all don't mind, you've got June here. I don't want to be rude, but is it okay if I go about to the things I need? I gotta fix the fence at least for the night. Make sure those chickens can't get out of the coop and all that.
Of course.
Of course. I'll take a look at it tomorrow and get it better situated.
I appreciate that. I am sure you're tired, so you stay with Faith and these new fellas here and have a bite and take a rest. I'm just making sure we're good for tonight, and then yes, tomorrow your help is much appreciated.
Nods, and they walk over to where probably the bread's sitting, probably on the counter, probably. They fiddle through a few drawers and pull out a knife and begin kind of cutting the bread into pieces and pull out some butter, jam. Not sure what most likely they have in stock. And be like, well, here's some bread and some jam if you guys would like. I know we don't have much, but it's home.
oh, well, I'm perfect with apples and jerky. That's sustenance for a dwarf, fit for a dwarven king.
Maybe some ale.
I was thinking it.
Or a stout.
Yeah, you all go about just, getting some nourishment in. And I reckon, like, with the needing to, like, head back to Dragon's Rest, to that particular spot, that you all are probably, like, not 3 hours leisuring about this, but going pretty quick. And as you're sitting around the table, is there anything, like, what is kind of the attitude, like, of the group? Like, what kind of vibe are we feeling? Are we kind of sitting quietly and just like getting food into our system? Are we talking about anything? Like, what do you all think?
I'll be talking about Balric because, as far as I know, he knows Duper better, and asking him if he's okay.
Well, I think he is. I don't know for sure though. We only fairly recently met before getting on the ship, so I tried to shoot at him one time and he never went into a hole, but
Why did you shoot at him?
well, he looked like he would make a good pelt. So,
Do you often shoot things that are talking to make into pelts?
well, he wasn't talking when I shot at him. But it was a little bit odd that he had armor on, so
He was
But I-
somebody's pet rabbit, and when they wanted to keep him safe.
as far as I know though, I think he's okay. He might just be kind of in the fields. I know I'm kind of currently feeling a little bit in a tight spot just because of where I ended up in that fight. So
Oh, and just want to remind Duper that I had said something to him as we walked away. Just reminding.
I do remember.
Okay.
It's still backfeeding.
nope, no,
Nope.
you're good.
No, you're
No? Okay. Okay. I switched ports for my mic, so if it does it again, I'm gonna leave my mic unmuted. But if it does it again, just yell at me again.
Jackie.
But Mr. Charlie!
Heather is trying to get some channel points, and y'all are gonna make her leave. All right. So as you all are sitting around, go ahead and continue.
June would kind of just look over at Ulrich and place their prosthetic hand on Ulrich's shoulder and be like, you do realize that in some parts of the world, taking aim at creatures like Duper can get you into a lot of trouble. So, just keep that in mind going forward. I'd really hate to see you end up in jail.
I definitely will. It's taking that shot at him really opened up a lot of a lot of new things that I need to think about with my professions. So
As long as you learn the lesson, I think we'll all be fine.
I guess I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Same. I was like really focused, trying to hear it.
Sorry. As long as you've learned your lesson from what you did, then that should be fine.
Yes, I definitely did learn my lesson, and it I just I need to better analyze what I'm taking a shot at. Is what I learned from that. So
All right, and then let's go. And I feel so bad, Devin. You've sat through an hour of
Nope,
this very
nope.
patiently, but I think you knew when you made that choice that you were probably going to have some
Yep.
time.
Yep, and that's perfect because I needed time to figure out what was going to happen after I came out of the hole. So we're good.
All right, so let me send you a message in the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna have you answer. But there is something I planned, so give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Cue the Jeopardy music.
Yes, I mean you all are welcome to continue. You can talk about eating your apples. It'll just take me maybe a minute, maybe less.
I'm going to take a bite of my steak.
Oh, to throwing it back? Come here, baby girl.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh yeah.
I forgot how to type. Okay. All right. Devin, I've sent you a message on your channel in the Discord.
Okay, I'm
And
reading
then-
it now.
Perfect. All right, so the
Okay.
group that's inside of the farmhouse enjoying a meal, you do kind of get to a point of the like evening and stuff, and whether it took you 15 minutes or as Faith put it 3 hours, you reach the point where like it's time to head back and rest up and maybe have some time to reflect on the day. And so you do begin to get up and go about leaving from the farmhouse, saying bye to June, and continuing out. So, if you want to, we can go, or if you want to actually interact with that, you can. Roleplay is really awkward for me sometimes. Okay. You all continue. Oh, there we go. Shit. Oh, that is still going for me. Jesus Christ.
Okay, new plan. Every time I use my Word of Radiance, that has to play in the background for the whole time that the token's up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dear
Well,
Lord.
thank you for that. Were you also the sub, Matt, that just happened?
Yeah.
Thank you.
For some reason it didn't keep my my Prime one on there. So
Huh.
Yeah, well, thank you for that as well. So, funny thing, Prime Day got me real good, and I ordered a bubble machine, but I don't have it yet. I mean, it might be delivered now because Prime takes a week instead of 2 days. But I practiced making sure my outlet stuff would work for that, so my light turned on, and that scared the shit out of me, followed by being rickrolled. Like, it just kept on going. So thank you for that. I'm gonna have to make that one $5 or whatever, so you don't do it anymore. Okay, so you all begin exiting from the farmhouse, and Duper, you probably like, depending on exactly where you ended up, you probably like can hear them leaving and stuff, but you were inside your burrow hole for the evening, and as they are coming by, or even at any point, like, tell us what's going on for Duper. And then Jackie, if you could mute for us, you have a lot of feedback coming through. Thank you.
Oh, sure, she gets the nice, hey.
Jackie plays in 2 games, so I have to treat her nice so I can keep her in both games.
Oh, okay. Playing favorites. No. So, as the party left where I was, I think the last time we played, I said that I was about 50 feet from like the fence area to go up to the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So after they left and I kind of dug my little burrow, I made it big enough to where I could kind of stretch out. And all I did was I just clutched my holy symbol and I was praying to try to get a sign on how exactly my role in this party was going to work out in the future. Because coming into this group, Cooper thought that he was going to be like the first one up to take the hits and be able to protect everyone in his group. And the first time he actually had a chance to prove himself in that role, he almost died.
Yeah, so as Duper is in, and this kind of, like, it kind of matches a bit, and I didn't know exactly what you would do, so I think that's kind of nice that it matches a little bit. At least I think we can make this work. As you are in your burrow and you're having this like moment of contemplation and reflection, and the group has gone by, but like it hasn't been long enough for them to like have gotten back to you, and like they are the only ones who would have like known where you were, and like, and you don't necessarily feel like that June would have gone out of their way because you'd only really just met, and like that meeting was where this happened. So while you are within your burrow, you start to pick up on this very enticing scent. And what really stands out to you with your burrow, like you had gone in at one point and like you dug a little bit in, is it's not coming from like the original opening, like it's coming from like the other side. So you have this aroma that is kind of washing in, and there's a small opening that like you can see kind of being dug out a bit, but then like whoever it is that's on that other side, like they're gone, but they've left behind this scent that just keeps like wafting into the burrow.
Okay. I guess I'm going to try and see if I could not so much try to rush in and try to get right to where the scent is coming from, but I want to try to kind of get closer and kind of see if I could put my finger on if I would know what this scent is.
Make me a perception, and if it's bad, we will take your passive.
Maybe. Did it roll?
Did it roll? Yes.
Oh, there we go. An 11.
Okay.
My passive is a 12.
Okay, so really about the same. Well, and I like you definitely recognize some of the scent as well, because you have a knack where it comes to carrots. So you immediately pick up that what you are smelling kind of wafting in is some deep root vegetables that seem to suddenly, like, you didn't smell it before, so you kind of infer that they have just been placed there. And they also kind of like have the aroma of like having been at the very least steamed, if not cooked. And so that is what is wafting in to the burrow, is some possible deep root vegetables that have been prepared just for Duper.
Okay. Yeah, so I am, after kind of realizing that what they are, actually, is what I mean. Duper is going to make his way to them and give one a try.
Okay. So as you approach, like, getting to this part, and, like, it is, like, right inside, the burrow, so, like, it's not like you even have to, like, get out at all. You find this, plate that has on it, radishes, there's, spinach leaves on it, and then, of course, there are some tendered carrots that have been steamed, and you see that there are orange carrots on there as well, white carrots, purple ones, and yellow carrots are there as well. Is there any other? And then there's one that really stands out to you. They have like a very fiery tone, like a mixture of reds and oranges as well. And then like right in this, like off to the side on the plate, there is a small note that catches your eye.
Okay. Before I try to snack on this luxurious plate, I am going to first go for the note.
Okay. Yeah, so you go for the note and you find that it says nourishment of the body is needed to restore the soul. Please be sure to nourish not only your soul and spirit, but also your body. And it's signed by Elder Renara.
Okay, let me type that in real quick.
Oh, I can copy and paste it for you.
Okay.
Do you
Perfect.
want it
And
on Discord?
yeah, please. Perfect. And then after I finish reading the note, I am going to eat the fiery colored carrots first, and
Okay.
then just kind of slowly work my way through the plate.
Yeah, so as you like read the note, and like begin to kind of like process like what it is that the notes tell, like you know what it's getting at, along with like the selections of these carrots, like it becomes very clear to you that these carrots not only are symbolizing like needing nourishment, but they are also there to kind of help you understand like what it means to really nourish not only your body but also like your spirit. And so as you're eating the fiery red carrot, you begin to like have images of like daring adventures that maybe you have taken or maybe you are yet to take, kind of like just kind of play in the background of your mind. And you also like get this like sensation of the thrill of the unknown, and it feels as though it's like an urge for you to kind of embrace that like uncertainty that comes with life.
Okay.
And then I will just do you care what order, or it's okay
No.
okay if you do.
Nope.
Okay. Like
Nope.
okay. So I will just go in the order it's written so I don't have to remember what I read.
Okay.
Okay. So as you eat the orange carrots next, because those, of course, are ones that are very natural to you. You probably have had plenty of them.
Yep.
They are like this particular one looks to be like tall and proud, and it just gives you a sense of comfort. It like promises you the familiarity of life, and it like you just get the feeling that, you know, sometimes it's okay to feel comfortable and to be with what is familiar for you. As you move to eating the white carrots, you again get that feeling of like embracing what might be unknown to you. Like that it's okay if things are not going the way that you think that they should be going, or that you're not following the path that you feel like you should be on. As you take a bite of the enchanting purple ones, the shades of purple on that really reminiscent of like royal robes to you, and they make you like feel as though like it's okay to find purpose in your role as being um the one that like rushes in for the group, but like it that doesn't have to be the only thing you're finding purpose in. The sunny yellow ones, as you're eating those, you just think about the moments of joy that you've had, and you just are washed over with feeling optimistic about what lies ahead. And yeah, and that brings you to all of them. And so as you're sitting there, you realize like nourishment isn't just coming from what you're eating, but what is around you, and how all those things like combine, like all those moments, like one moment doesn't set the tone for everything else, just like one bite of the carrots didn't set the taste for everything else that you had following.
Okay. So, as Duper kind of goes through this experience and he takes in all of the emotion and the thought process of what uh, uh, Elder, dang it, what was her name?
Renara.
Yes. Kind of what she kind of put, how much thought she put into this. Duper has kind of a epiphany, and his purpose in the party kind of comes to him, and he will run out of his burrow and try to find the party.
Okay, let's see how far the party is.
Or I guess try to see if he knows which way the party went.
Roll me a. Let's do a survival check on that.
Okay. Do-do. Ooh, 18.
Okay. Upon exiting from the burrow, you like immediately pick up on the very familiar scent of Balric, and I guess Matt, tell us, what does that scent of Balric smell like?
Well, it's not pretty.
That's probably why you picked up on it.
Because having spent a lot of time like near forges and in working with leather and creating leather and things like that, it's kind of a musty smell, especially since he lived a lot in caves. So yeah, pretty musty.
And you pee on shark skin and everything else.
Yep, yeah, feet in a pot. And
Very rugged.
it's like an unwashed beard.
Yeah. Well, Duper like immediately picks up on that rustic Balric smell, and you are able to kind of keep that that trail following the scent, and really like once you like get on board and following it, you see that the party is probably really about the distance of like 100 feet or so ahead of you. So like you are able, because it's not dark yet, since you know most of you don't have dark vision. Which I feel like Duper should. Like I feel like that should be a racial trait in my opinion, but I'm not Wizards of the Coast, I guess. But you do see the group up ahead walking.
Okay. I am going to keep my pace, and I am going to run as fast as I can. And when I eventually catch up with the party, I am going to jump on Balric's back.
Yeah, and so I would imagine the party is not dashing, so with you dashing to get to them, it doesn't take you but like a minute to catch up to the group, and you immediately spring onto Balric's back, and as he is like running towards Balric, give me a perception roll for when you pick up on him being behind you, if you notice it.
Oh dear, 13.
As Duper is leaping, you like realize something is coming from behind you. What would you do? And like it's coming pretty fast.
Probably whip around fairly quickly.
All right, you whip around to see Duper is like soaring in the air right towards you. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Oh
Bricks
no.
for impact. Oh dear. 12.
Okay.
Dexterity saving. Oof.
Barak, upon seeing Duper, soaring at you, like, you, like, sidestep, but Duper, you are already, like, you're just going. And instead of landing on Barak's back, you actually land right on the back of, or I guess the wing, rather, of Faith.
Yeah.
Oh, Duper, you caught up with us.
Duper's here. Duper. At the front, you see.
Oh no.
Blep. Yeah. Why would Blep not be with them? You see Blep turning all around and looking. Duper, you came back. I was so worried. Are you okay? Do you need a ride? You can ride on my back instead.
After Duper just ran the 100 feet, well, actually farther than that, running from his burrow to the party, he is very out of breath, and he is just clenched to Faith's wing. And kind of taking in all of these questions at once, he's going to answer them all by first saying, Ulrich, you are very observant when you want to be. I wanted to get you back for that shot you took at me. Faith, I do apologize, but I just need to hang here a moment to rest.
You're fine.
And young Blip, I am doing much better now that I had a moment to myself. It is very good to see you and see you all. I apologize for my absence. I will be sure to never make this mistake again.
No, no mistakes were made. We're all just trying to kind of grow as people, I think, so.
It is a reassuring moment when someone actually takes the time to reflect on recent actions. Just like this one. I don't think I would be trying to sneak up on you again.
Well,
Duper, I don't think you can make any mistakes. You're my hero.
Ooh, I gotta think of a quote. Oh, this is memorable.
Duper, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Ah, Blip.
Yes, Duper?
Even though someone may appear to be as strong as an ox,
You're
or as
ain't no
wise-
ox. You're a rabbit.
or as wise as a turtle,
You're not a turtle.
everyone,
You're a rabbit.
or as swift as a rabbit,
There you go.
there will always be times when your hero has to make a choice. Sometimes that choice is good, sometimes it is bad.
Did you choose to be
choice
my
in
hero?
life? I did not, though I am glad that I am.
Okay. Well, I hope it wasn't a hard choice, and I'm glad it didn't take you very long to make it. Sometimes it takes me a while to make choices, like when I have to decide on picking out a new hat to wear. It's just really hard, and I never know which one to pick, or if I have to decide to go to a fishing spot on my own, I just never know where to go. And then I don't get anywhere because I can't decide.
Sometimes the first thought that goes into your mind is the best choice. I feel like that one's gonna backfire on me.
That's how I always studied for tests. First thought that goes in my mind, that's the right number.
No, Elder Renara told me sometimes I shouldn't go with the first thought that comes to mind, because the other day, the first thought that came to mind was to smack Feb, and I did, and Elder Renara was very disappointed in me, but he was being really annoying, and so I just like, boom, and she said that that's not what we do here, and I need to think about my actions, so I don't know if I should do my first thought anymore.
She is a very wise woman.
That's not all she is.
Ooh, I don't know how to respond to that one. We should keep moving. It is going to be dark soon.
I thought we were moving. I can see in the dark, can't you?
Yeah, I can see 60 feet, can't you?
Right? Kobolds can see in the dark, right?
This one can.
Let's see. Let's make sure I'm
He-
right.
He
Yeah,
starts
he's-
out with a feet too, just like us, right?
Yeah, he can see 60 feet. His passive sucks, though. He's got a passive of 8.
Never said Bluff was very intelligent or wise.
The only thing he's got going for him is some dexterity. I was walking. Are you not walking? I've been walking this whole time. We're almost there. Don't you see it?
Still clenched to the back of Faith's wing. No. I do not see much.
Faith, is that comfortable? Can I get on the other wing? If he's on the right wing, I can be on the left wing, and it might make you more bounced.
Sure, you can be on the left. You can be on the other side. Left.
That's the left side, right? I don't really know directions. And he jumps on to the side that Duper is on. I don't think this is the side I said I'd be on.
Nope, that's definitely not right.
Oh, okay. And he tries to like crawl under and over Duper, and he eventually gets over to the other side. I mean, he is very dexterous, whatever the word. He has a lot going there. Kobold, their stats are really crap. He's got a 7, a 15, a 9, an 8, a 7, and an 8. Like, no wonder he doesn't pick up on the social cues. I'm playing him just right.
Oof.
Oh, this is much nicer on my legs. Thank you, Faith. Is that why you're doing this too, Duper? I understand. Hopping around must get pretty tiring.
Running around as much as I had this evening after our long adventure. This is quite enjoyable.
Why wouldn't you hop? If I was a rabbit, I'd just hop everywhere. Instead, I have to stand in the sun to get some warmth. And sometimes it hurts.
And I'm just realizing I now have a rabbit, a kobold, and a cat on me.
You're like the zoo.
Dr. Doolittle over here.
All right. You all continue, and you do get back to Dragon's Rest. Pretty unhinged. You all are kind of quiet as you get to your respective rooms. You all do have a note that's been left for you. That just lets you know that inside the kitchen, like, there's food and things if you all were to need anything. But Elder Renara says that she's not going to be around this evening, but if there's anything that you need, they've kept some food out for you all just in case. And then that will be the evening. So let's go ahead. Let's do. I guess let me not cut anything off. Is there anything that you all would do, um, as you are settling in for the evening?
I'm gonna make a trip to the Bahamut Chapel Temple thing.
Okay. Yeah, you go to the temple. And while you're at the temple, tell us what it is that you do there.
Basically, wonder why I was given, ask why I was given these powers. Because I was not expecting to suddenly wake up one day and have paladin gifts.
As you are sitting there and very like contemplative about why it is that this is happening, like how you've gotten these powers, you hear a soft voice call to you that you immediately recognize as being Elder Renara, and you just hear Faith. Now,
Yes.
I wasn't expecting to see you in here. Is everything all right, honey?
Well, I woke up the other day and well, I have new abilities and I don't know where they came from, and well, I mean, I don't know how I got them. But I just healed my new friends, and so it is a wonderful gift. I just would like to know. I am not worthy of this gift. And
Now, Faith, I've known you for how long has it been now? 5 years, I believe. Is that correct? Only 5 years. It just seems like yesterday, though. And I can tell you, I disagree. I don't think that it's just something. I feel as though it's not something to really question on here. I think that everything has a purpose, and you said you were able to heal your friends just now.
yeah,
Perhaps the spirits have spoken, and they knew that you were going to be needed for this. That these people were going to come here and were going to get into a little bit of trouble, and you would be able to protect them. You know,
I mean,
change happens. Your life is, I believe, very different now than it was before you arrived here at Stormwreck or Dragon's Rest, and so of course, as time goes on and you've spent time here in the temple and prayer and reflection, it's going to change.
I suppose you're right. Just I didn't expect it.
Do we
Um,
ever expect it when things suddenly become different than what we've gotten used to and accustomed to?
I suppose not.
You know, I believe that while you are here and you're growing into the person that you are, that you're probably even going to uncover in time more powers, if you will, that you didn't possess before. I think that's just part of how nature works. You grow. I mean, even a seed eventually grows into a strong tree.
That is true.
You know, I would think instead of questioning why you got these or how you got them, I think the true question that you have to ask and figure out for yourself is how are you going to use them, you know, to benefit others around you, such as your friends and the village, or even the island at large or beyond. You've been given a gift, and so how are you going to repay for that gift that you've gotten?
I will do everything everything I can to earn these gifts.
I feel that Bahamut would be proud to know that that is what you're going to do to repay for the gifts that you've received. Is there anything else that I can do for you, dear?
Oh no, thank you.
Well, I will lead you to it. I can sense that you want some time to reflect.
Yes. It's been a long day.
I can only imagine. I've gotten a sense that some of you may have had longer days than others, even though you all had some of the same experiences. I will leave you to it, and you know where you can find me if there's anything that you need. And
Thank you.
You are welcome. And with that, Elder Renara, she leaves the temple and leaves Faith there, in a point of reflection. Anything else that Faith would like to do?
After reflecting, she will go and polish the sword.
Okay. All right. Anyone else in the group? What if there's anything that your character would be doing, or I mean, if you're just going to bed, that's fine too. But anything that you would be doing. And June, this can include you back on the farm as well.
I don't think June would be doing anything specific before bed.
Okay.
I'd probably just grab a little bit more food out of the kitchen, nothing too much, but just a little bit, and go to where we've kind of been, where we've kind of made our home, I guess, for the little time here, and while I lay there, just kind of contemplate how I could try and help our group as well as possible with my skills. So.
Okay. When you go in to grab food, you can see that there's been very obviously placed a plate just for you that has dried meat and some like other different types of jerky on it, and even some dark chocolate. And the way that you know like it's yours is like right next to it is a dwarven ale is like right next to the small plate, and on it there's a note that said, found this, thought you'd like it, and it's signed by Tarak.
He thinks of everything.
Okay.
Seeing that, then I can't just leave a good meal, so I would eat it there quick and then go.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Yep. And then you go and you kind of reflect, and like, what is it that and you like if you're not at a point of being ready to like say, that's fine too, but as Balric is reflecting, is there anything that kind of jumps out at him, or he's just kind of more taking in what happened?
More just kind of taking in what happened, and just kind of thinking on everything. As his father always said, don't do things, don't do rash things. Always think on your actions and sleep on it. So.
Okay. With that then, and feel free to stop me if there's anything else, but you all can take a long rest, and I vote we do a quick break, and then we can come back to you and continue. So let's do this. Is 5 minutes long enough, or does anyone need more than 5 minutes?
Nope, should be good.
Should be good.
Yep.
All right, we will be back at 7:20 Central Time. So if you're in the chat, please stick around. If you haven't hit the follow button, please go ahead and hit that follow button. But we will be back around 7:20 Central Standard Time. All right, welcome back from the break. I'm Charlie still, and I'm the DM for this group, and we are playing Dragons of Stormwreck Isle currently, and we are getting ready to experience our first downtime. And as the DM, it's my first time ever really incorporating downtime in, so we will see how that goes. As a player, I've only ever seen downtime ever mentioned like once. And it was when I first started playing, so this could be interesting. So just give us a moment as we work on seeing what our characters would be up to. Let's go ahead then and I don't really, because it's like, so the way I'm gonna run this for you all is you are going to roll to just give everybody an order. And we'll roll a couple times each day to kind of talk through. We're gonna do morning and afternoon. As far as like downtime, and it can be afternoon, evening, whatever. For your character, but just like 2 times per day. For that, we'll kind of resolve anything individually that you are doing and working on, any interactions that you have with each other or with any of the NPCs, as well, and then kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. We will probably, just because where we're at on time, probably just do 1 or 2 days and then kind of move from there. But to just give a chance to kind of get to know our characters, get to know the NPCs, the island, even a bit, and kind of get to figure out what your place is within the group. Okay, so let's do, since it's not really initiative, just give me a straight D20 roll, and we'll go from there. Okay, Balric is an 8. Wait, excuse me. And then, June, what did you roll?
I got a 9.
A 9? Okay. Alright, and let me get some rolls on my end. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be boring if they all roll exactly the same. I think Foundry is busted. Okay, there we go. Alright. Matt, you definitely rolled first out of the party, but I rolled first overall, so I get to go first.
Perfect. I actually just finished my steak anyways, so.
Perfect. Okay, and then we've got Duper, Varnith. Oh, that's kind of nice. I have 3 people who are at a 14, so I get to kind of break up NPCs from you all. Okay. Alrighty, so as the morning kind of happens and you are starting to get about for the day, at this point, would anybody, and this is kind of like out of the order, but as you're getting ready to have the day, and like, I guess also kind of going back on the note, Elder Renara would have mentioned that, the following day, like, she was going to be pretty busy throughout the day, and so she told you all to, make yourselves at home. You're welcome to any food that you can find and everything, but like, you likely wouldn't see her out and about too much. So not to expect to, come into a breakfast or anything like that. And then you all from there had your long rest in the evening. You wake up in the morning, and as you know, like, this is a day where you get to spend it doing whatever it is that you want. Would anyone be looking to, like, immediately in the morning go to any of the other party members, or just kind of spending some time on your own?
I will offer myself as a guide to the island to anyone who wants it, at least as best as I can, since I've been there for a while.
Would take you up on that. At least for a little while, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Duper is going to politely decline. He is going to try and learn as much of the island for himself as he can.
Okay.
June would spend the day mostly working out on the farm, getting at least everything is situated as best they can with repairing fences, any pens or stuff that needs work on, just small things like that. And if the house needs any work done, he'd do that as well.
Okay. Yeah, so what I gather then is Balric and Faith will be spending some time together. Duper's wanting to kind of be solo, and June's going to take care of things at their home, at the farm. Yeah. So, as the morning gets started and you all are, kind of getting situated for the day and getting ready to go out and about, you do see, what is it? So as you all, like, begin leaving your rooms, except for, June, there is that dragon statue that's, like, right outside of those rooms on the lower part of Dragon's Rest, and, where there's, like, also the small garden boxes and things that are right outside, as well. And so when you come out, you do see that, Rix is there, one of the, kobolds, who, like, she is very, like, dressed in long robes and everything, and as you come out, you see, like, she's tending to the statue itself, like, kind of looking it over, making sure, it's cleaned, that there's nothing on it, like, really just giving it a good polish, and as she is finishing that up, she, kind of kneels before it and goes into a moment of prayer. And you see this just, like, as you are coming out of your room. Upon hearing the group, like, exiting the rooms and stuff, she does, like, stand up for a moment and kind of gives, like, a little like, a kind of a bow to the group, and I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't intrusive or anything. I just Elder Renara had asked that we try to stay away from the temple for the next few days. She's busy, so I thought I'd come here and I'd worship here. I hope that was okay and I wasn't too loud for anybody.
Oh, that's no problem. No one's religion is should ever really bother anyone in my opinion. So
Yes, this is just such a the statue I know is one that is very means a lot to Elder Renara, and so I thought this would make sense of a place to come to right now. And I didn't, like I said, I know you said I didn't disturb, but I do apologize if I did. And tomorrow and so on, I can look for a different place so as not to disturb anyone.
Not necessary. You have done nothing wrong.
I do appreciate that. Do any of you have a god that you worship to?
I believe that everyone should have a god that they pray to.
Oh, I'm echoing somewhere.
Hopefully it's not me again.
No, it might be me and myself. Hold on.
Charlie.
Well, sometimes I like to open Twitch, but I don't think I have it open. That's not already muted. Okay, we'll go with it. We'll see what happens. Maybe it was a one-time thing.
Well, you couldn't give yourself the teacher voice, so somebody had to try, and I'm not a teacher, so.
It's all good. Yes, it is important that everyone has somebody to pray with. I find prayer can be very insightful. It can help you to understand things that you didn't before.
that it definitely can. That's I worship Moradi, the god of protection, craftsmen, the forge, and dwarves.
Oh well, thank you for sharing that. I hope that your prayers maybe that they're not. I know sometimes it feels that they're not heard, but I hope that sometimes they feel as though they are.
It definitely can get tough, but every time I hear the ringing of steel, it all comes back.
I don't know if any of you like tomatoes, but there are some very fresh ones on the vine, so feel free to take those. But I'm I'm going to get going and leave you all to get going. We were asked also to give you all a chance to explore or have time to do whatever it is you need to do. The beauty of Dragon's Rest is it brings people here, as Elder Renara often says, it brings people here when they need it, whether or not they know that they need it. And with that, she goes about her day, and takes exit from the group. And then, so as it is morning, Balric, what are you going to be up to that morning?
Well, so not wanting the displacer beast to like get too far decomposed, hopefully, or too like too eaten or not on or anything. I would like to ask Faith. Faith, would you mind taking me back to where we fought that displacer beast? I would like to try and skin it if possible. That way, at least it won't go completely to waste by having to kill such a beautiful beast.
Sure, let's go.
Perfect.
Alright, yeah, the two of you head out to find that displacer beast. And with having Faith there with you, getting to it will be pretty simple. Upon hearing that they're going, Duper, would you go or would you go off on your own thing still?
So I would kind of stick with my original plan. Not really thinking that anything could go wrong by just going back to the displacer beast. It's not really a moment that Duper wants to relive at this moment, so he's going to stick with his original plan.
Okay. Yeah, perfectly acceptable. So the two of you do, well, and I guess, so this is the thing, Balric would know that skinning that displacer beast would actually make me a survival roll. Let's see what you would know.
Nothing.
Yeah, 0. 17.
Okay. You would definitely know, like, since this is a large beast that you're going to be working on skinning, that it is going to take you at least 4 hours to get it properly skinned. So you might suggest maybe bringing some snacks along the way.
Oh yeah. Yes. If we can, Faith, we should definitely stop by the kitchen or something like that to see if we can find a few snacks, or maybe we can even just find something out in wilderness, something like that. So
Okay, well, I'm not very good at identifying like berries or anything, so
true, I'd probably make us eat the berries that do the bad things to us. So I'm thinking we should stop by the kitchen quick.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I can tell you it's a red berry. I can tell you it's a red berry.
In a lot of times, red berries are the ones that hurt. So
Yeah. As you all head into the kitchen, Turok is there and he is getting himself together some rations for the day, and he sees you all and he says, "Oh, good morning. I take it you both slept well after last night. I heard that there is, some scuffling that happened with some displacer beast. I hope everyone, you all are feeling better and not feeling worn out by it.
It's just a minor scuffle.
Yeah. Well, I also you know that sometimes going around trying to track things down, they can take a while. Crossing rivers and briar patches, it can wear you out a bit, but I hope you all did sleep well.
Oh,
There's
yes.
I squeezed a little too much juice if anyone's wanting some juice for the morning, but there's the berries and nuts and things that were put out last night. I'm afraid I do need to get going. I'm hoping I'm able to catch my apprentice. I still haven't had a chance to speak with her, so I'm hoping to catch her. I'm gonna head off that way. Anything before I head out?
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Is
Well,
is there anything that I should be keeping an eye out for? Could we use like more meat or anything like that? I can try and keep an eye out and do some hunting.
more meat is always appreciated. You know, um, Not too many of us carry weapons and things around here on the island, so we're it sometimes it's hard to come across meat, especially if the traps aren't setting for Harlan. So more meat is always appreciated. Anything that you see, I mean, we like berries and nuts and things too. If you happen, we've been having a hard time finding enough mushrooms for Mila and I to use in our potions that we make for healing and whatnot. So if you happen to come across any of the Faith, you'll know the glowing ones. We tend to find them in the caves, but it's been it's been difficult to find them recently.
We'll
Yeah.
gladly keep an eye out.
All right, well, good deal. Thank you both. Whatever you have today, I hope it is better than it was yesterday. That's all we can hope for, right?
Here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
All right, and with that, he exits, and you all grab some snacks for the day, and you head to find the displacer beast. Yeah.
On the way, I would.
Go ahead.
Oh, so like on the way, I would I would ask Faith. So, Faith, I've noticed you're pretty close with your sword. It seems like you don't let it get too far away.
No.
Yes. I fully understand that. I'm the same way with my bow and my armor here. I wanted to run it by you and see if you would be willing. I do have that shark leather that I'm working on currently, and shark leather has been known to make very good grips for swords. I didn't know if you would like your sword re-gripped at some point.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you.
Happily. I always like to keep my skills in practice, so.
Okay. Yeah, and you two make your way to where the displacer beast where you had last encountered him, and you do see, it's still there. And upon looking at it, go ahead and you can give me an investigation.
15.
You kind of look it over, and really the only thing it doesn't seem as though it's decomposing like any faster than normal. It was a pretty cool evening, and it also I do keep that in mind. It was a pretty cool evening, and even this morning it's still fairly cool out. So like it hasn't really taken to like baking in the sun or anything. The only like real damage to it is the damage that was done in combat. Overall though, it looks to be in decent shape.
This is perfect. Hopefully I can do it justice by skinning it properly. So.
Okay.
My dog just threw up behind me. I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I'm gonna move to somebody else anyway, so you are all good. All right. June, you are up for what is happening back at the farm.
So June would be up probably relatively early in the morning. Probably due from years on the farm plus her time as an apprentice. They would grab one of their various satchels that they had and make their way out toward the fence that surrounds their farm, and will kind of set their satchel down and open it up, and you just see a wide collection of basically anything you can think of a carpenter having in their toolkit. June has in the satchel.
Okay.
And
so as you come upon the part of the fence that is that was damaged from the storm, you do see that your father, Farmer Thomas, he's there already. He gets up while it's still dark and everything, and he's begun to kind of like look at fixing it, and you can kind of see even though like he's very I guess this is like hard because to you, like, he might not seem positive, but like, he kind of carries himself very poised. We'll go with that. Like you notice that in this moment, he doesn't seem quite as poised as he normally is, and like, he kind of seems a bit frustrated as he's looking over the fence and just even tired, if you will. And he sees you as you like come up and you take your tools out and you begin laying them down, and he kind of looks at these tools. And would June have acquired more tools or better tools since they last left the farm?
I think for the most part, they have picked up more specialty tools, like more like very specific to specific things. But a lot of the general tools are the same that they had before they had left. So they're probably, most of them are probably well worn. A lot of them are probably like slightly cracked and slightly, maybe even slightly damaged from all the use they've had over the years, because Moon's probably been the one who's been fixing the fences and everything for most of the time anyway. But a majority of it is the same as what they had before they left.
Okay. Yeah, so as you lay out your spread of tools, your father kind of like looks at them and says, I reckoned you would have came back and had replaced all these old tools that we passed down to you. It's kind of a relief that you still have them.
Yoon kind of bites their lip and looks down back at the tools. I couldn't throw away Mother's old toys. You know that. And I imagine that each tool has on the base of it his mother's initials on each of the tools. And June will just kind of pick one up and look at the base of it and just kind of roll it in between their fingers as their eyes go distant. And they kind of clear their throat a bit and look back towards their father. I could use new tools, but these are the ones I know, and I always do better work with ones that I have, well, familiarity with. I've tried other tools, but they haven't worked the same for me yet.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to mean that you'd throw away your mother's tools. I, you know, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to mean that you'd throw away your mother's tools. I, you know, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to mean that you'd throw away your mother's tools. I, you know, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to mean that you'd throw away your mother's tools. I I understand. I have things I haven't gotten rid of myself, and he kind of gets quiet and choked up a bit. And he reaches to put his hand on June's shoulder.
Um, June kind of like shrinks back just a smidgen, but then realizes what they did and quickly like move back. And they they kind of look up at their father and it's just like I knew what you meant, and I know that since I left, it seems like I would want to put as much distance between myself and here, but this is still home. And even if things have happened over the years, this is the home where I was born and raised.
Well, it'll always be your home. Nothing that has happened will take away this from being your home. Don't you forget that. And he gives a little squeeze as he's speaking to you. I suppose we ought to get started. I've just been standing here staring. If I'm being honest, I was never much for fixing the fences. That was her thing, and your thing too. Not mine. I'm the one that cares for the animals and lifts a heavy thing now and then. But mending the fences wasn't what I was good at.
Um, it was my father. Let me see what I can do about the fences. As June pulls out probably a knife, probably some axes, various measuring and straightening tools as they go to work on the fence.
Yeah. Your father, upon seeing you do this, looks at you and says, "Well, it seems like you're going to be better at this than I ever have been. Do you want me to stay and assist, or would you rather be here on your own? I know sometimes it's nice, being here on the farm by yourself to, take it in. So you let me. Which is it that you'd want me to do?"
Sure, Feathers is okay after being caught in that trap yesterday.
You cut out for me, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, are we sure Feathers is okay after being caught in Haglin's trap yesterday?
Uh, I took a look over all the animals that came back yesterday, and everyone seemed okay. But it doesn't hurt if I check again if that's what you think I ought to do.
I wasn't. It was just something that occurred to me. I mean, if there isn't anything you have better to do on the farm, you can watch. I mean, I couldn't use a set of hands. I'm not entirely sure about how much work is needed quite yet. Um,
All right. Well, how about this? You go ahead and you get started here on this, and I'm gonna walk the perimeter of the fence and see what other things might be down, and then I'll come back and check in with you.
that sounds good.
Yeah. You begin to work through fixing the fence. I know nothing about fixing fences, being real honest here. So if there's something you would like to roll to see how well you do, I'm all for it. But I have no clue.
Um, I would just say it's probably. I mean,
You're
I'd
probably good at
probably
fixing
just
it.
say it. Yeah, it. I mean, I could just roll to see how quality of a job it is.
Okay. Like, I don't care. I just know some people like rolling for everything, so I never want to take that away from people. But I'm like, I have no clue.
No, you're fine. They probably don't do their best work. It's kind of more average. It's like good enough to like patch the holes and stuff from the recent storms and get everything back in the place it was, but they didn't make anything better.
Okay.
It was just more kind of replacing and fixing what was there.
Yeah, perfectly good on that. Okay. Anything else for June in the morning?
No, I imagine that would probably take most of the morning, given I'm expecting it to be a fairly good sized farm to go around the entire fence and fix it. It would probably take most of the morning, I think.
Okay. All right. Duper, how's that solo trip going?
So after Faith and Bulric kind of go off on their adventure, Duper is going to make his way to I'll just call it like the market, kind of like the busiest section in town, where maybe there's a couple stands out or anywhere where like a large group of people is going to be.
Okay.
And he's just gonna kind of observe for a couple minutes, just kind of get familiar with the people in this this area. Just kind of watch, see if he can pick out anyone that's acting distressed or acting like they if they look like they are in distress or if they need help with anything. Just kind of see if there's anyone struggling.
Okay. So Duper would be able to kind of recall that, like, on the other side of, like, the beach, because, like, you all are on, like, we have the beach in the middle, you guys are on one side, and there's this other side that you recall from the getting to, shore, that there was, like, a dock area, because, like, you all could see it when you were on the ship and stuff, but then the storm came in. So, like, you recall there being a dock, and you feel as though you saw maybe a dockside tavern. And so, with that information, you kind of think that that might be, in fact, the busiest place to go, or at least a good starting point. So, you do go to the docks. You see a fairly nice sized tavern. It's not really busy compared to, like, if you went to a tavern in Waterdeep or Neverwinter, or anything like along the coast, because the island itself is like, people are coming in and stuff, but, like, not very frequently. It's pretty rare for them to get people coming in, and especially because, like, there's been these sporadic storms that have been happening. But you do see a few people walking around. There are some children playing on the beach, and everything just seems, at this point, pretty calm. It kind of has that, like, eerie feeling of, like, the calm after a storm.
Okay. As I enter the tavern, I'm just gonna order not an ale because it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm just gonna order a
Ale can happen anytime you want.
Well-
That's what keeps me in business. You are greeted by a very short and stout dwarf, because who else would have a tavern in D&D? That's always got to be the dwarfs.
Yep. And talking about drinking ale at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I had my first one at 5 today. I'm already on my 6th. You've got to catch up. You look around and there's, like, no one in the tavern, because you're right, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty empty. Alright, ale doesn't fancy you. What do you want? Some tea, some hot water, some vegetable stock.
A tea would do fantastic. And I would kind of hop up and sit at the actual bar in the tavern.
Yeah, you hop up to sit on the stool. And as like you do and like you thud down onto it, to your right there is a individual who is very much like hammered, passed out. But the thud of you like hitting down and like putting your little paws up on the bar, like it's just a little too much. Ah, my head. Please be quiet. What's all that racket?
I am
And-
sorry, I did not mean to startle you.
Oh, it talks. Why are we talking so early? Shh. This is quiet time. Quiet. As soon as like they finish saying quiet, he like just slumps over, and I guess, do you turn to look at this individual?
Yes.
Okay, I figured you would, but maybe you wouldn't. You like turn and you look. You see a probably about 5'10" in height, kind of muscular, but then has like the very much the beer belly going on, a human, and he has like his head shaved, has a beard, and like you notice in the beard that perhaps this individual should have gone home way sooner than what they might have stopped drinking, because there's like chunks in the beard, like not having a good time.
Oh.
Yes, very much intoxicated. Upon seeing you, like noticing this, the barkeep looks at you and goes, Theodore, I try telling him every night, and every night this is what happens. And Mother left this to both of us, and here I am, the one that's got to do all the work and clean up after him.
So he is your brother, I am assuming.
He is my brother. He's supposed to be my partner too, 50-50, and I feel like he gets 50-50 of the profits, but I get 100% of the work and probably then some. He thinks that the bar means endless supply of alcohol, and he's just not very good. He doesn't have the dwarven genes. He was adopted. I know you all were waiting to see if I forgot something there. He can't handle his alcohol the way I can, but he sure does try.
Well, maybe he is just trying to impress you and your dwarven genes.
Well, he's already impressed he can reach the top shelf. What more does he need?
I forgot he was a dwarf already.
So that's what I was saying. You all were waiting to figure out if I realized they made a human and a dwarf brothers. But everybody forgot. See, look at us go.
You said that his name was Theodore?
Yes, I call him Teddy because it gets him moody. He says I'm not a child, but he most certainly acts like a child.
I see. And what might your name be?
Is barkeep not good enough for you?
Well, I am just trying to become more acquainted with the people of this island.
Ah, do you plan on sticking around?
Well, myself and a couple of my friends have kind of washed up on shore here a couple days ago.
You know,
And
that happens a lot, it seems, around here. Well,
yes, I have kind of gathered that. And we have just been trying to help out where we can.
well, the name's, Brolin.
Brolin. Okay, bro. L-Y-N?
Ian.
I-N. Brolin. Okay.
Well, uh, coming in at 8 a.m., well, for tea, and, as he says for tea, he hands you, well, or rather, like, places, your tea on the, bar top. Dare I ask? It's pretty early to visit the watering hole.
Well, after washing up on shore, I remembered that this place was here, and I was just trying to see if I could find any of the regulars, or maybe some people out on the docks trying to catch fish, or see if anyone needed any help with anything.
You know, are you asking or you're just seeing?
A little bit from column A and a little bit from column B.
Well, let me know if you're asking, because I think I have some things in mind that I could use some help with.
That would be fantastic. Please do tell.
Well, you see Teddy over there. Teddy's not good for business. But I've got to get us set up and ready to go, and, you know, people such as yourself are coming in. Maybe you could get Teddy upstairs for me, and maybe wash his beard.
I can certainly try.
You certainly can.
And then I will kind of take a quick drink out of my tea and set it back on the bar, and I will mosey my way over to Teddy, and I will try and help him to his feet.
You're being too loud. You need to calm down.
Well, Sir Theodore, it is getting about that time where several people will be walking into your establishment. Wouldn't you think it'd be quieter if you went upstairs?
Oh, that's too hard to process. I think I'm all right here. And as he like says that, he just lets out this loud gurgling belch that like just washes right into Duper's face. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Come on, Cons. 10. It's double digits.
It
Does
is
he
double
vomit?
digits. No, with a 10 you don't vomit, but you.
Oh, thank God.
It's not that you don't vomit. You don't projectile vomit, right? Like you taste it. Like it's
Theodore, once the
Yes.
once the ladies start coming into your bar, don't you want to be presentable for them?
I do like the ladies. They like my beard. And he, like, looks very questioning at what he has pulled from his beard. And he, like, you see him just take whatever it is, and, like, he wipes it right on the counter.
Oh, well, if
there was
and
ever a
just like
moment to have prestidigitation, I feel like this is the moment.
So, being very fixated on what he had just wiped on that bar, Duper is just going to say, well, once the ladies start coming here to have a good time, wouldn't you want your luxurious beard to be nice and clean?
That's a good point. I think that and my six-pack is what really attracts them to me. You're right.
Well, then let me help you upstairs and we can get you all cleaned up for today's adventures.
Are you our new busboy?
Well, I could be, but for right now, I am your personal helper.
Oh. Do I have to tip you?
No.
No. I... Let's see. Oh yeah, this fucker's going with you. I suppose.
Oh.
I definitely, I need the help. My legs feel like legs. If you think you can help get me up the stairs, we are the top level.
And how many levels are there?
Sometimes it feels like 1,000.
Oh no.
There are 2.
Oh, okay. Okay. So many stairs.
That's what I say. That's why I like sleeping here.
So, after he agrees for Duper to help him, Duper is going to do a quick look around to see if there is anything in the bar that could help support Theodore's weight, besides just Duper trying to support him.
Like, are you looking for like a cane? Like, what are you trying to?
So, like even like a broom, just something for him, like a cane, a broom, even a crutch. You know, like a wooden, sturdy crutch standing in a corner or anything like that.
Yeah, you do. Like as you scan the bar, you do see like right like behind the bar itself, like there is a broom back there, of course.
Okay, perfect. I am going to retrieve the broom and make my way back to Theodore, and I'm going to say to him, Theodore, with my short stature, I highly recommend using this broom to help support your six-pack. I will be here to help to make sure you do not fall back down the stairs.
I'm sorry. You want me to put my 6-pack on the broom?
No. Just to help support yourself on the broom.
Ah, man, I was messing with you. I knew you like use it like a cane.
Yes, precisely.
Yes, I think I can, and you're gonna catch me if I fall backwards.
Indeed.
Would it be? Is it weird if can I touch you to see how soft you are?
You may. Just not with that hand, and I will point to the hand that he ran through his beard.
Oh, yeah. He like, with a little bit of shame, like puts it into his pocket so he doesn't like forget. He's like, yeah, I'll put it here for now. He like holds up his other hand. He goes, this one looks to be cleaner. And he reaches out to Duper and he kind of gives a pat. Yeah, I think you'd be a cushiony fall if one were to happen.
That is a worst case scenario. You are going to make it all the way up the stairs without an issue.
Am I now?
I hope so.
I mean, you have the broom acting as help for you, so you've got that going on. Make me a... Let's go with an athletics check as you're, like, kind of helping him to get up, kind of giving him a push every now and then, putting your hands on his back for support.
13.
You all move pretty slow and steady, but you do get to you get up the first flight of stairs, and as you do, Theodore is just kind of like, this is hard. I don't know why this, it was built by dwarfs. Like, why are there so many stairs? Do you think we can just go down the hall and find an empty room? Ooh.
That is not a bad idea. Is there anything I could get for you upstairs?
Well, I do need some fresh underwear. And maybe a
Which
shirt
room
and some pants too.
is yours?
Oh, you'll know.
Do not move.
It says our names on it. You know, we grew up here.
That is fantastic. I'm not very perceptive.
And mine's the one with the tall door.
Oh, that makes sense. So with that, I will leave him where he was kind of resting, and I will go get him a fresh change of clothes.
You mean underwear?
I'm getting a whole outfit.
Yeah. You go up these stairs, and is your passive at least above a 10?
Yes, my
Okay.
perception?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
12 for my passive.
Yeah, you, no problem, are able to find his room down at the end of the hall, and just like you said, like, there is a wooden plank that has his name on it. You go in, and I don't know, what do you think you're gonna see, like, as you get to the door, what are you anticipating opening to see inside this room? Like, how do you think the room's going to be?
A mess.
Yes. It is.
So what kind of what I'm envisioning is like a 23, 22-year-old like bachelor pad. You know, like like boxes, just kind of like boxes of like leftover food, just kind of sitting on like a nightstand or like the top of a dresser, clothes strung out everywhere, maybe a couple empty mugs from the bar up there, just kind of hanging out, and a really bad musty smell.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you like open that door, like you immediately like the smell hits you, and um everywhere. Like you're not even sure that there is a bed in the room. Like it's just piled with boxes, trash, like you name it, like it's all there. Um Definitely like you're probably looking around and like wondering like how often does Brolin have to order new glasses, because these ones look to be in rough shape, and it looks to be probably at least a fourth of the bars, like the amount of glasses that they would need. Like there's just so much stuff in the room. You are able to just barely make out that there's a dresser, only because like you can see the knob sticking out on the top drawer of the dresser.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to try and get him a fresh outfit. The whole thing, all the way down to his socks.
You go in and you get to the dresser as best as you can. You open it up and you quickly realize, like, you do find a sock and it looks to be clean, and and you do find him a pair of underpants, because I wouldn't want you to have to sniff those out on the floor. But like aside from that, like that is like all that, like you open the rest of the drawers to the best of your ability, trying to not deal with the chaos of the mess. But it's looking like for anything else, you're going to need to find it on the floor of the room.
So after kind of realizing that, I am going to take the single sock and the pair of underpants that I have found. I am going to set them in the hallway for a second, and I am going to go into his brother's room to find him a new pair of shorts.
Yeah, I mean, so right across, you do see a room that says Brolin on it. You go in, and as you open the door, you maybe hold your breath a minute, like not sure if it's going to be the same thing or not. But you open it up, and as you suspect, you see what the room looks like, and that is what.
So, kind of what I'm envisioning here is a very well taken care of. Everything kind of has its place, and it doesn't stray too far from those places. I feel like Brolin is kind of a neat freak compared to his brother. He kind of has everything in check. All of the drawers are nice and labeled. Everything is nice and neat, and not a speck of dirt or dust anywhere in the room.
Yeah, you open it up, and you can even see he has like his bed, and then he has a dresser in the corner. Next to his bed, he has a chair, and on that chair, like neatly folded, is the clothes for the next day. On the foot of the bed is his pajamas for that night. Like he is always one step ahead of where he needs to be.
So, kind of seeing that, I do not want to deprive a man of having that security of having his pajamas and his next day clothes kind of already set out for him. So I'm gonna go to the dresser and try to find him like the longest pair of pants that his brother has, and like the biggest looking shirt.
Yeah, so you go to the dresser and it's very like meticulously organized. So like he has it where the top drawer like is his socks, the and then like on the other side of that drawer like he has his underwear. The drawer below, as you open it up, it's like an undershirt drawer, and then below that is where he would have his like outer shirt, and below that would be where he keeps his pants, and then the final drawer is where he has like pajama clothes.
Okay.
And as you go through, make me an investigation.
Okay. Ooh, I about did intimidation. Oof.
Okay. You
A
do
9.
grab from the drawer what you think is the largest shirt and what you think is the largest pant for to take down to Teddy.
Okay.
Yeah. As you
Oh,
put
and another sock.
oh yeah,
And a sock.
So in the sock drawer, like you realize like all of these are like like matched perfectly. Would you take just one or would you take a
No.
pair?
Yep, definitely taking a pair.
Yep, you take a pair of socks, you've got your shirt, you've got your pants, and then you step out to grab the other stuff that you had taken from Teddy's room and you head back down to where Teddy is. Teddy is like just like starfished on the floor, laying there like it doesn't look like he's done any like vomiting or anything, but like he is starfished on the floor. Upon like hearing you walking across, and you know it's an old building, the floor is creaking. Why are you being so loud? You, oh, oh, it's you, my. Oh, what did you say you were? You're my helper, my helper. Did you find me an outfit?
Yes, I did, and I have seen these in the where I am from. I managed to pick you out a very what are they calling it? A very hip outfit. I got you a nice pair of shorts and some socks that don't quite go all the way up your leg like most socks do nowadays. I prefer to call them a ankle sock. They don't quite go up as high, so when you're wearing shorts, you look more distinguished.
Dude, a sock is a sock. You might want to put a sock in it. All right.
Really?
I guess I should get up here, and we're gonna go to one of these rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will kind of help him to his feet as well.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
he very stumbly. He does get up, and you all go down to the hall, and of course, with how organized Brolin is, each of the rooms like have a little wooden sign on it, and within that like there's like a peg that can be moved to mark like is the room taken or not. So you are able to find one where the room is presumably open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will open the door very slowly just in case someone forgot to move the peg. And once I know it's clear, I'm going to kind of help Teddy in there so we could get him cleaned up.
Yeah, you open the door, no problem. You go inside, and there is a wash basin that has been filled with water in there. So you do begin to work on cleaning up Teddy. getting the grossness out of his beard and everything. And then it comes time for him to put on his pants and his shirt. And as he does, he like basically looks like one of my characters in the Neverland campaign. Like his guts hanging out of the shirt because it's too short, and then like he's basically wearing capris, and he's like, "You must have had to dig deep in my drawer. I think these might have been from when I was a boy."
Actually, I found them. Oh shoot!
Brolin?
I actually found them. The shirt you are wearing, the bottom of it was kind of frayed, so I turned it into another hip style from a long time ago. My father used to wear shirts like this all the time. He called them what did he call it? A corn top. It doesn't quite cover the whole midsection, but think of it this way. You can show off your six-pack to the ladies.
Yes, I can. And he drums on his 6-pack. And yeah, with that, you have helped him to clean himself and go to bed. All right. Real quick, because I know we are at time. Is everyone okay with about 5 more minutes to go back to Balric and Jackie? Well,
Sure.
I guess we haven't really actually hit Jackie because it is Jackie's turn, and then I will wrap us up. So maybe like 10 to 15-ish minutes.
I'm
Okay.
fine with whatever.
Cool. So with that, Faith, you are up. You are there with Balric, who is working on skinning this displacer beast.
Well, since this is where we fought the displacer beast before, I'm going to be on guard and make sure nothing attacks him while he's doing that.
Ooh, that's good. Make me a perception roll, and then Matt, if I can have you roll me a D100. There we go.
There's a nat 20.
Should I add my proficiency bonus to it since I am proficient with like leatherworkers tools and everything?
So I'm having you roll a D100 just so I can see how much of the animal hide you're able to take from it.
Okay. I got
Nat
a
1.
7 apparently.
All right. Reroll. I wanted to. It shouldn't be that low.
That was weird. It was a double 0 with the 7. Oh yeah, that is a 7. Whoops.
Yeah.
That's
So
36.
nice. Jackie, as you are, Faith rather, as you kind of like coming back to this place, the way it was set up, like you have the forest kind of surrounding a meadow area, and so you just kind of like keep walking or flying, whichever one, around the perimeter, really keeping a close eye. Like you hear even the slightest noise, like if a squirrel steps on a twig, like you hear that crunch because you're just so like worried about like what happens, because yesterday there were 5 of you, with the 2 and like 3 of you, if I'm remembering correctly, 3 went down pretty quick. So you're
I did not go down quick.
I mean, it probably felt quick. And if we're being real, like, how long do we think Harag's character would have lasted if he'd been playing the whole time?
Well, he might have actually lasted because he would have hung out back. He wasn't melee.
But anyway, you like hear the sounds of the twigs, and like you can hear the bugs, like their wings fluttering. Even like you're just so focused on like what could go wrong. You're kind of scanning. But like as far as anything um set to like attack, like you don't notice anything. Taking a look at the tracks like around, it doesn't even appear as though the other displacer beast may have even returned.
I'm okay with that. Do I see Thunderhoof?
You do not see Thunderhoof around. You don't see tracks for him either.
Well, it was worth a shot.
No, I mean it was a fair shot. You got to take the shot.
Well, hello to you too.
We don't bark in this household. They really don't. Yeah. Anything else that you would do?
Yeah, no, just making sure that Balric's okay. Just waiting for him to finish because apparently that's going to take forever.
So Balric, as you are working your way through, you're not able to get the hide off in like one like good piece, and nor did you really expect to, but you were able to get a good portion of it off as you're working. You get about I would say about 40 percent of the hide of the displacer beast off of it, and then you're also able to work on taking the hide off of oh gosh, it's not, is it tendril, is that the right word? How it has like the extra things, like you're able to also take off from there the extra ligaments that it has, like get the hides off of there. So you do end up with quite a bit of the hide from this. So I would say all in all, you're probably walking away with having been able to preserve about 50% of it. The rest of it was damage from the encounter that you all had the previous day.
Okay. I guess would you say it's like a medium hide, or like now we're like down to a small?
I would say it would be a medium.
Medium? Okay.
Yeah, since it's about half.
Perfect. I will get that added in.
Okay. Alright, so we are at the, like, 8:30, well, past that. So, the rest of the day, you all kind of spend working on finishing up those tasks, and kind of just going through, taking the time that you need for your character, you know, just really kind of getting to know the area around, just to kind of give an idea. So next session, we won't spend quite as much on this. I do have some other things I want you all to do, but we will move into kind of just quickly, instead of this very detailed, like what is it that you would want to do, and if there's anything, like I know Matt wants to work with the hides and stuff, so having just go through and like roll what we need to, or just saying what you need to if it's not something that requires seeing how well you did with it. And then we will move into doing a little bit something slightly different than that. So that's kind of where we're at. So we'll just kind of quickly go through, make rolls, and maybe actually, now that I think about it, maybe I'll have us do it in our channel so we can jump right to. Because I think this was good, but I think moving into something else might be good too. Cleo, that was like my homework paper. I'm not even joking. I'm in computer science classes, and I've been writing everything out. And she most certainly did just eat the paper I worked my homework out on last night. Good thing I.
Oh no!
Good luck explaining that.
Well, it's okay though. I then had I have to write stuff, and then I typed it, so like it's not like a big deal. But like she is certainly eating my homework for real. Cool. All right. Well, anything else that anyone would like to go talk about, do before we call it a wrap for tonight? Go Going once, going
Not
twice.
for me.
Nope, I'm
Nope.
good.
I'm good.
Button here.
All right. We are going to raid then. If you're tuning in and you have not hit the follow button, please make sure that you do. We will be playing next week and continuing with our journey. So let's get that raid. I'm picking a group called Hoosier Geeks because I'm a Hoosier. That's what you call people from Indiana. And they're currently doing a charity stream for... Oh gosh, I clicked it and now I can't see it. The Riley Children's Hospital, which is in Indianapolis, and I had a lot of family who had to who've gone there and had treatments and things, so that's a place I'm very familiar with. But they are currently playing some Call of the Netherdeep and raising money for the children at Riley. So take a moment and check them out.